WIP Wednesdays. It's Wowwy'z Workshop, folks. How we doing? Is the live stream working here? I'm pretty sure you guys can probably hear me because I yell. Yeah, it looks like we are on. Everything is working. How's everybody doing? Say 10 and 2, stay safe. We got Grumpy is in the house. Grumpy was number 1 again this week, you guys. Slid right in there. Hey, now let's just put this back a little bit. Let's get a little, there we go. You gotta get a nice full breath of what the Creation Station has to offer everyone. How? Stop yelling, says my brother. Hello, Darren. Yeah. Oh, jeez. How you doing, brother? And Amy Jo is here, guys. She's working. She's working really, really hard on a project. And a little, I'm not saying nothing, but she's working and she's listening. So, watch your P's and Q's. Thank you, Darren, for coming. Rhinestone Suzanne is on her way home. She's going to be chiming in soon. Safely, and soon. And did I just see, was there a Mark Tries to Carve there? Oh, there's Amy Jo. Oh, Dad carves. Mark Tries to Carve. Yep, he's there. Hello, brothers. How? Yo! Awesome, guys. All the good folks are rolling in. Oh, I've been singing. I'm making new like original sound reels and stuff with my Suno prescription, and I'm making little ones for the WIP Wednesdays and I made one this morning, and it's really, really cool because you can sing in your little ditty, and you know the way you want it and stuff, and it'll just spit it back to you, but with the instruments and stuff you want. So today it was, I'm gonna have a puff and dance, me and do-si-do. Gonna gather up all the good folks that I know. We got works in progress, you might learn something new. And we ain't gonna stop. WIP Wednesday, Wowwy'z Workshop. And that baby just spit it out with all the freaking country western and a little bit of slide steel guitar for me. Oh man, that stuff makes me happy. You! Okay, sorry about that, guys, I'm over. Yeah. And the first line, gonna have a puff and dance me a do-si-do. That one, that line's dedicated to you, Grumpy. You! Okay, folks. Enough of that. So what is on the table today in the Creation Station at Wowwy'z Workshop? Well, folks, brought to you by Two Brothers, One Vision. Always. It's about the base. Now, Bing is inside. Now, Bing, let's just say... Okay, sorry. Got distracted. Let's just say, everything that you guys witnessed me do with Bing and all of that, the past couple of... It went well, okay? I don't want to... I may bring her out a little bit later, but let's just say it went well. The vision is about 3/4 of the way fulfilled now, you guys. And, oh man, it's been a lot of work. This thing is going to be like, I don't know, I think Bing is, after it's all said and done, I think Bing's going to take more time than the Forest Watcher did, which is also a lamp. But, it's been nuts. But it worked. The static grass all worked right, and I got it growing up the side of her, and underneath her arm where all of that area was all reconstructed, that I fixed with the wood epoxy and stuff, and then I blended it in with acrylic paint. You can't see, you don't notice it at all. And so now, this base, we got to get the base caught up. Sorry about the bright lights, but so the base, as a lot of you guys know, is that Burr, the old 70s Burr's clock, right, that we sanded off, and oh my goodness, what a mission this has been. So I made it about just over halfway around with the final sanding, because when I first went, like, I've been using really aggressive stuff to get this epoxy coating off of that, right? And it scratched the burl really good. It's not easy to see here, but yeah, just take my word. When you look at it close up and in the right light, like I do, I over analyze the frick out of everything, right? But you can see scratches. So I made it halfway around there, and I was using the these little padded sander dealios. Pete sent me an upgraded mandrel that I haven't tried yet. I just got this cheap one that I actually learned about, that little sanding pad, the cheap one I got from Matt Carb's channel. And so I'm going around with that and just going through the little pads, going through the pads quickly, and I'm just you know, like working on like a 4-inch area, and then switch the pad out, and then just keep on. Sorry, I just spit on all of y'all. And then just keep on going, because this, I believe, is the 240 grit. So I'm going to work my way around there, get that all ready so that it can be sealed. Okay, I'll drag you guys outside. We're going to seal. We'll seal the base after the scratches are all gone. Okay, and then while that's drying, it's not going to take long to dry. It's hot here, guys. Today is supposed to be one of the hotter days for the island. Parts of the island are like 35, and then feels like 38 or something, they said. But our little spot of the island is like, they said around 27 will be the hottest, but it feels like 32. But that's pretty hot on Vancouver Island, because we're a rainforest, right? We're a weird place, and that's really hot. So you can just imagine how hot it gets into this little tiny shed, right? Oh, what have we got? Happy Curmudgeon is here. Hello, Matthew. The electric whittler has rolled in. My brother Josh, how you doing, sir? Here, let me get a little bit of a better, little green light. The green on the bottom is, I'll do this often because, well, I'm the older brother, but at the top is blue and the bottom is green, because that's for me and Darren. That's why we did that when we were little. That's our favorite colors. Actually, my first favorite color was pink, but to my father's dismay, and society kind of like changed that for me, and they said, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. Pick blue or red. I ain't afraid to say it. I don't care. It was just a color when I was little, and my first baby blanket was pink, right? So a little kid is just programmed to what's around them, right? So yeah, my first favorite color was pink. And that's actually up in the studio why I got our logo, the neon sign that's our logo. That's why it's pink. A little shout out to her, the Roots, keeping it real. Mike Stanifer is here. Hello, Mike. How you doing, sir? Thanks for coming by. It's awesome seeing new faces. That is warm for up here, about 89 degrees at Grumpy down in Florida. I don't know how Grumpy does it. Mike Stanifer, I hope I said that right. From Trees of Ease is here. Hello. Thanks for coming. We went landscape today. I didn't know how long I'm gonna, and plus I got a new phone and it's not plugged in. I'm just going real and raw today. No backup power or nothing. And I didn't know how today would go with the heat. So I just went landscape, less stress. You know, you don't have all of those doom scrolling eyes on you. And you know, Jordy gives me much appreciated tips in the background. And he says, you know, like this is because I need to get to that 4,000 watch hours, right? So this is how I bank the watch hours, not vertically. The vertically will be banked to your shorts. And I don't know how many shorts you need, like 25 million or something stupid to get. I'll never make that. Like I don't know. I'm trying, okay? Jesus. G'day, mate, says Matt Cars. How you doing, mate? G'day and good on you. I still have to watch Dalen's interview. How did that go, Matt? I'm sorry, we had family come over because I was set to sit there. I was ready. How did that go? And it was great watching the other day. Again, my wife has been off all week, Matt, so I was on your live the other day, and I was happy. I was just settling in, and Katie had a migraine. And so when that happens, I put all my attention to her. She's been getting migraines, like stress from work, and she's been going to specialists and stuff, and it's one of those things where it's like people try and find her, they give you scans and stuff and try and find this reason when basically it's the stress from your job that's breaking your brain, right? Because she works in the health industry. So anyways, yeah, I had to go. I'm sorry I had to leave that live early the other day, Matt. And I hope that interview went. We learned so much about Matt during the interview. Mind blown, says Electric Welder. Well, still be up, right? So I can go back and watch. But yeah, he's a little bit of a mystery, that man, way over there, on the other side of the world and in the future. That's how I see Matt and Mark tries to carve. They're in the future to us, because it's Thursday there, right, Matt? Thursday morning. The interview was good. People probably learned a bit more of my background. That's cool. Yes. And that's the good thing, man. Like, with our tribe and community, we're all, really cool people with really, really cool stories. And it's really awesome that Dalen's doing that. I've actually been doing some thought about doing some podcast type of material, but I might open another channel for it, because it'll be more focused on healing Two Brothers, One Vision, our life with dealing with chronic pain and medical issues, and how we survived, and how we're still here, and how we use art. So, because I don't want Wowwy'z Workshop for people to get confused, right? Because you're supposed to stick to your niche, a big, huge part, as you guys know, of our art is our therapy. Art gives us purpose in life, and I would just like to talk more about that, interview other people that are made in pain warriors, and how art has saved them. So I'm thinking about that, I mean, just call the channel Made in Pain, with Two Brothers, One Vision or something, but I'm seriously considering it, because there are people out there in the storm that us lighthouses need to help, and bring them on home, right? Bring them on home and use art to help do that. There's by Amanda Yeats. Hi, Amanda. Amanda said something really, really awesome. Hey, Pen on Fires is here. Hello, Sean. How you doing, brother? How you feeling, man? You're always in my thoughts, Sean. I hope you know that. I'm sincere about that. But Amanda said something really, really cool this morning, that they're totally going to be carving a watcher for the Watcher Challenge, Wowwy'z Watchers, and that her and her husband have been, kind of obsessed with the Watchers from way back, from the old videos. And that's really, really cool to hear, because sometimes you don't know who's watching or who appreciates, because many folks are quiet in this little world, and that's really, really cool to hear. You made my day, like I said. That was cool, Amanda. Thank you. You think that's a good idea, Matt? Would you subscribe? I know you would. You guys are all really good people and really, very, very, very much supportive. Oh, so Sean says, finally got my nerve study done and now waiting on the doc. Okay, understood. I understand. I understand all of that, Sean. Let me tell you, the whole, just the hoops and the loops and everything that we get put through once we're in that system, man. So everybody has to get a little taste, Well, up here, because we do have healthcare, so covered healthcare, but how that works up here is that once you're injured, everybody wants a little bit of the cheddar, right? And so they will put you through things that you don't need to be put through, but because you're suffering, you're gonna frickin' do it, right? So it's quite a scary and daunting world. And I'm sorry you're having to live through that, Sean. I really, really, truly am, man. It hurts my heart. Grumpy says, I lurk in a lot of lives. Yes, there are many, 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 many quiet watchers out there. And if you guys didn't know, I hope you do. And shout out to Carbon Fusion for helping me with, they're going to help us with this challenge to get the word out and make it a real, real success. Because that's the hardest thing, right? So many people would be totally down, but it's like, you have to get it to them, right? And one of the main rules, like, it does slip here and there, and I really appreciate any time that, you know, if my YouTube channel happens to be mentioned in the Kindred Spirits Woodcarvers group, I really appreciate it. But I'm not supposed to be out there blabbering it out about, you know, promoting yourself. Like, it's one of the rules. It's like, keep it chill. This place is for sharing the creations, right? But so I have a hard time, you know, like, I can't use the Kindred Spirits Woodcarvers group to blow up the challenge. So what, you know, we're still trying to fight and get to our 1,000 mark here. So that help from Jordy is just huge. That's what I'm trying to say with all this blabber. Even offering assisted suicide. Hey, Mike, yes. Isn't that crazy, dude? We shouldn't go into that. Oh, that's a whole other one, eh? I lurked for quite a while before I could actually say something, says Happy Curmudgeon. Anxiety and pain is awful to live with. I love this group. Oh, man. Much love to you, brother. Thank you for saying that. And thank you for sharing your truths, because, you know, what are we when we keep it all bottled up inside other than just suffering alone? And we don't need to do that. And, you know, if it shouldn't be all on this channel, I'm going to make sure that we have a place for creators that have disabilities or hardships and Made in Pain. That's what Made in Pain is all about. So, you know, with your guys' support today and telling me your feedback, that's probably going to happen. Because it's why Darren and I are still here, is because of art. Art and hope, right? Weekend Adventures with Matt Watchler. Hey, Larry, I just started sketching out some ideas for the Watcher Challenge. Awesome. We hope so, right? Because that was a thing that was going on, and Jordy said, maybe, I don't know, man, you should maybe do a Halloween, you know, if you want more people to take part. But I was already, and he didn't understand this at first, but I've been talking about this, right, for like, what, a month that I'm going to do it, drop the Watcher Challenge on all of these lives. So I couldn't, like, I wasn't going to change it, you know, stubborn Maui. I said, nope, it's got to be Watcher. This is happening. This is happening. And, you know, it's, you know, for a basic design, you know, maybe there's only a couple of ways you could do it, but I don't believe that. I think that people are going to show their shine, and I think they're going to make some really, really awesome watchers. I got a feeling. Wow, he's got a feeling. And he's excited. Holy cripes, am I excited. Yes, Mike, you're totally right. Anxiety is a killer. You know, and it's one of those things that it's like, when it grips you, you're gripped, right? I've learned to, like, breathing through my nose and doing Om, you know, and breathing exercise. It was not even really an exercise. I just sit, I center myself, I do my Oms. In between each Om, I take a deep breath in through my nose, sometimes out through my mouth, but sometimes I try and do it all through my nose, because it really, really helps, man. And that's how you know, it's either that or you got to go to the pill bottle. And I've been finding that, you know, there's a reason why for thousands of years people carved in, people doing yoga, people being centered, people, you know, meditating. There's a reason why they spent all that time putting it up in stone. It's because it's true and it freaking works. You know, Western civilization has just made it all as a bunch of woo-woo mambo-jumbo. That's for the monks, but that's just a very stupid and ignorant way of looking at the world, in my opinion. Mark tries to he's got an idea for the Watchers. Wicked, man. That's good, Mike. I'm glad you're doing breathing exercises. And yes, exercise is, you know, one of the main things, right? People say, you know, your body in motion stays in motion, and I know that's a hard one for a lot of us who live in severe pain and stuff. But it's true that you'll be in less pain in your physical situation if you can get up and get that body moving a little bit and stuff, and just do what you can. I was showing Christopher's Creations of Jordy this morning when I sit I sit cross-legged up against my couch, and then I put my dumbbells on my couch cushion, and then I get my elbows up on the couch cushion, and this is how I do my dumbbells, because I can't hold it up with my back, right? I don't have a disc in my L3, so I have to find ways that that the weight gets supported, so it doesn't have to be supported by my back. So I do things in all these weird ways, but you find ways, man. You find freaking ways to do it, and you make it work, right? Work with an E, make it work. I don't know, make it, take it. I don't know if I can make it, I don't take it. Oh man, Sean, it's just, seriously, it breaks my heart knowing that you're suffering like that, brother. Yes, never give up, like Mike said. Never give up. And you always got me, dude. You message me anytime, like I've told you. It doesn't bug me, you know. Sometimes I can't reply right then and there, but I read it, I think about it, I think about you, I try and manifest in my mind a much better life for you, being relieved and happy and smiling, that amazing smile you have, Sean. I'm serious. My hub started playing stoic meditations as we sleep, and it has helped my anxiety tremendously. Isn't that awesome? Isn't the power of sound the missing link, I think, in one of the main missing links in humanity is the fact that we've lost our touch, our connection with sound. Like, sound and somatics are a huge world to delve into, and it's all true. That's why that's why the vibration of saying works, is because of the sound, its frequency and vibration. That's why works. It's not just like he's saying a spell, you know. It all makes sense of why they did it, and why I believe we were taught that by, you know, helpers, watchers, if you will. Grumpy says, Indian flutes play beside my bed as I sleep. That's awesome, man. I love knowing that the other tribe members are, you know, in tune to all of that. It ain't woo woo. It's real. It's real, and sound can change your life, literally. There's a very, very mysterious chapel in Scotland called the Roslin Chapel, and inside there's all of these they're like, nobody knew over the years, all over for centuries, why they carved these weird symbols all over the place. And now we're finding out that there's somatic symbols, like when you play a certain tone through these special speakers with sand on it, the tone makes an image, let's say. They look like flowers, they look like crosses, they have all these things. Well, they're finding out that in the Roslin Chapel, that's what these things are. And then now they're putting them all together and playing the music that they're, holy smokes, man. Isn't this an amazing age? A very scary age that we're in right now, but also a truly amazing age. And especially with all of the new things being discovered in Giza and underneath the pyramids, all along I've been saying, folks, the kiss my butt line can start now. I'm just kidding. But I've been saying all along that these things were huge, huge power plants, obelisks. It was all a big, huge system. And we've just been told by those in the academia who have been given this power that they don't deserve, and we're taking it back. But we've just been given garbage to fit some narrative so that they can go along in their happy little way with their happy little system. But the truth is starting to come out. Claire is here! How's it going? Bonjour, Miss Claire Burr. That is so awesome that you're here, sister. Thank you. Thank you for coming. I'm sorry if I'm missing stuff here, you guys. I get talking, and as a lot of you know, I get talking, and this stuff is very, very, you know, near and dear to me. Near and dear. So, I guess I should talk a little bit about the art, right? What are we going to do here with Little Miss Bass? Or Little Miss Bing's bass? All about the bass. The bass. I think before, we're going to put on feet, you guys. We're going to put on feet. We're going to wood burn the signature into her. At first I was wanting to do, we have a branding iron of our logo. It was freaking dear too, man. It was like $250 by the time it was sent here. But I don't have enough propane, and it's kind of weird and sketchy out right now. But I don't even want to be messing with the Tiger Torch and that right now. Everything is so dry and brittle. But so I'm going to wood burn it on with my razor tip and just do 2B, 1V with the dots on either side like I do. And we're going to do that first. And then put the feet on. After we put the feet, oh no, okay, Jesus. First, I gotta sand quickly those spots that I told you, okay? I'll sand those remaining spots. It'll take me like 5 to 10 minutes total. I'll do it quick. I won't get all OCD on it. Well, I'm already OCD on it, but you know what I'm saying, okay? I'll sand those things quick, and then we're going to burn the signature, put on the feet, go out there, hit it with the Rust-Oleum, okay? While that dries, we can bang off a little watcher or something. This one's drawn out, ready to go. You know, your time is precious and I ain't here to waste it. And we can maybe work on the watcher while the Rust-Oleum, I'm sorry it's mirrored, the matte clear, okay? That's what I used on Bing's robe as well. We're gonna hit it with that. Now, I decided against something. I've been waiting, and because I haven't done DeWalt Day yet, I haven't opened my router, but I have a brand new DeWalt router, and I have it drawn on there. You can see that there's some pencil lines on there because I was going to router out about a 1/2 inch of material so Bing could sit in it, nice and snug in Kentucky. But this has taken so much work, and this burl is so hard. This will be my first go with a router. I don't need all these extra steps. Like, I can glue Bing down once we get the hole established for the wiring to go through, because this is a lamp. I'm gonna glue her down. I'm just gonna glue her down, because why router it all out, put her in, glue her in there, and then I'm covering up that edging of the moss I put around her. I'm covering most of that up by putting her in that little spot. So I was just thinking about it. I'm like, no, man, I'll glue her down, and then after it's glued down and we got that figured, then I can do the side little spots where I have the moss growing up from the base up, right? But for now, for today, like I think if everything dries and stuff, I'll even start like gluing in some of the crystals, and if all said and done, if everything goes okay, I could even do start some of the static grass on the base. And just let the crystals glue. Like, I don't have epoxy right now. I just got some clear Gorilla Glue. But once they're in there and the glue's in there, we can work around it to hide the flock, like with the static grass. That's what we're going to do again. But I'm not going to use the flocking. I'm just going to use static grass on the base. I did it on Bing so it can look like it. The flocking is a better way, so you have more control of where you want the moss to go, basically. But on the base, it doesn't need, like, I've done so much work in this thing. I know now what I can do to get it to look great, but still not be in a whole bunch of added work. So I'm taking the router part out of this. I'm going to do DeWalt Day as soon as possible. I have like 8 tools to do, all in one major extravaganza of a show. Woo! That's going to be crazy. Okay. So, sanding goes first. Sanding comes first. My goodness. Thank you if you're still here. Because that was a lot. Zhoosh. Now, brand new phone. Still figuring it all out. Look at that. Crazy amount of. That ain't bad, eh? Got my little sign back there. My Stevens S carving sign. Oh, Jane is here. Let me read back just a quick here and have a drink. Matthew, that's why he uses flutes up and down the notes. Keep them down ringing for me. Hi, Amanda. Hello, Jane. How you doing, sister? Much love. In case you guys don't know, that means I love you in sign language. So, and also it means Wowwy'z Workshop. But it's just a little hidden message when I do that. I have tinnitus. Oh no, that's not good, Jane. I'm sorry. There, Dib. I've been thinking about that like button. When are you gonna hit it? I've been thinking about the like button. When you gonna hit it? When you gonna hit it? Thank you, Darren. Been doing well, Wowie. Been busy with the garden stuff, says Jane. Well, that's great, sister. Thanks for coming, man. It's all about the bass today. All about the bass. I've been talking for half an hour now. Jeez. You guys putting up with old Wowie. But I better drink, so I almost feel like I'm going to puke from that weird heat. But nobody needs that. Oh, Mike is in near Cincinnati? That made me laugh, bro. I've been thinking about the like button. When you gonna hit it? When you gonna hit it? That's from some song. I don't know the song, but I had to leave the chat to hit the like button. I don't want to miss anything. Thank you. Thank you, Claire. I think I got, let me see, can I see? I got 12 likes. 12 likes so far. And that's okay, you guys. I do this one. We're in the landscape mode, so the tribe can talk. Everybody can visit. And it's a better view. This is for you. And me. Oh, goodness. Gotta drink that water. Okay, well that looks like good lighting. I will put on. I've also been working with OBS, you guys. OBS Studio. And holy smokes. If I can pull this off, it's going to be neat. I'm going to have an overhead camera here, pointed down. I'm going to have the camera that I use of facing you guys, of facing me, like I just had you in. I got a little one. Look at this little one. I'm calling this little guy WebBot. So WebBot, I can put anywhere. You can put him like really, really close up here. I can put him anywhere that the cord reaches. So I'm going to have. Oh yes, then I'm also going to have my my iPhone 11 phone. And I'll just put that maybe a top corner going down. I'm going to have like 4 different camera angles that I can switch to just from the laptop. And, you know, other cool things. I'm going to try and see if I can learn how they put music. So when I'm carving and I have the dust box sucking, right? I'm going to have music. And so it's just going to be a better live situation for you guys. Just a better layout, and it'll be nicer for you folks. And none of this just running around and me doing the wiggy with the focus and all that crap, right? And I've been getting that help from Perry. Tons of Fun says, hopefully I can learn something about a router. I had one for about 10 years and only used it once and broke a burr. They're kind of a daunting, eh? A daunting kind of tool. Loved your watcher short, Larry. Gave me goosebumps. Oh, thank you, Claire. Here, these are for you, sister. You know how I had to do that? I had to do that watcher, the audio, probably 50 times before it was right. And to get the girl to say Wowie properly. But I figured out how to spell it better so that the AI or whatever reads it better and pronounces it better. Because they would say Wowie at Wowwy'z Workshop, and or Wowie. So if I type in WOWIE, the thing says it properly. But yes, I did that over and over and over and over until, and that's exactly what I wanted, Claire. I wanted it as that music broke open, and I wanted people to have the goosebumps. So that just freaking made me very happy. Thank you very, very much, Claire. Okay, so window. This little pad does have some more life on it, so I'll wear that out. It is going to get a bit loud because I should use the dust collector when I'm doing this. And then also on the Fordham, I've put this Scotch Brite pad on the Fordham, I have a hard time making the Fordham go at like you got to go slow, right? This is like a sanding mandrels on here. This is a P-Player sanding mandrel just with a bunch of Scotch-Brite in it. But I need a speed control for my Fordham because I'm not the best with foot pedals. I don't know if it's because of my back thing, but I don't use them when I play guitar either. It did something. But I just have a hard time focusing on what I'm doing with this and then doing the foot, so I'm just going to get a little, one of those cheap speed controls that you can get for like angle grinders too, that they work, I've heard, pretty good. Okay, and if you guys don't know, we're Kutzall affiliates. That's why there's links in the basement, in the video description. That's the Kutzall link. And if you use that Kutzall link, you'll get a little discount on your way out. And it makes Kutzall like our channel a little bit better. And that would be awesome for anybody needing those. And then I also have some Amazon stuff down there. And last time, and I'll do it too on this one, I just did it after the fact, but I've been putting the kit, the static grass kit that I used to do all of Bing's, all of this stuff here that's all lined up back here, all the static grass stuff. I put that kit in the description of the last live as well that I used from Amazon. The whole kit that I bought, I just put that same listing in with my affiliate, or what is it called? Associate code. Because if you do buy it from our Amazon, our links, we'll get a tiny, some type of kickback, but it's very small and we don't, okay, enough. We're gonna do some sanding. Oh, spider check, jeez. I almost didn't do the spider check. And that would have been the one time. And I would have lost my mind on live television. Okay. Here we go. That wasn't too long. I'm sure I didn't F my do up too bad. No. Still looking like a wowie. Okay. As you guys know, I'm a little bit crazy. And I will do things and overdo things and then do that again and then overdo it one more time. So I'm calling her. That's all the sanding we're doing on that. Done. Let me just read back here. Daniel Farp is in the house. Hello, Daniel. Thank you for coming. Yes, the Polywell 1-inch disc sander. It is. That's exactly what it is. And then I also have this one that still is going to yet to be tried out. Look at that new focus on that new phone. And that's a Peter Blair one. But I'm like, I'll use the cheap one up, break it, because I probably will break it before I break it the good one. Hello, John. How you doing, man? Thank you for coming, John. Let me see who else I've missed here. John is here. Daniel Farp. That's so cool that you came, Daniel. Thank you, man. Until It's Gone is here. The Mod Squad. The Mod Squad's rolling in. Happy curmudgeon, Claire. Thank you for coming, Wheels. Really appreciate you, brother. Hello, Rhinestone. She's here now. All settled and safe. Anyone know what I can use to send a concave curve into an undercut without destroying the edge of the undercut? I have these things here, Claire, that are, I'm sure you know, like those, but I got a flat one that's like a teat. I saw them like Matt Carves uses them, but I don't know if that will. I don't know. I don't exactly understand, but I know what you mean about getting in and behind. How long has that burl been drying out? This one here, brother? This was a 1970s clock. Yeah. So it's been dry for many, many years. And then coated with, it had like a 1/2 inch of high gloss epoxy on it when we started. Yeah, that's why all of this BS has happened. You know, that, and you guys have seen, because it's just been so much to get it down. And then even though now I'm putting this on it, and some people might be like, what the heck did you do all that for? Well, it's necessary. Let me just tell you, this is a mat, okay? And the mat, it has a much more, when you use this Rust-Oleum mat, it gives it the wetness of nature, but it doesn't overdo it. Now they make a satin as well, which is okay, and then they make a semi-gloss and a regular gloss, and then that's getting into the shiny. But I don't like a lot of things I'm trying to make it look like it's from the forest floor, right? So the high gloss just wasn't going to cut it. And I could have done a thing where you can spray matte, a clear matte over a high gloss, and it will take it down. It will take the shine down, and I could have went that route too, but Wowie does things the hard way, apparently. Okay, so that's all ready. Okay, and then you guys see there's these holes, and that's because that's where the little crystals are going to be glued. But yeah, if we get the signature burnt on, it's kind of hard to see that. It's going to be backwards, but it's 2B1V and dots on either side. That the dots are Darren and I. That's the two individual brothers. I will get that burnt on, and then we'll put on the feet. Now, while I was waiting for y'all, I did pilot holes for the screws, because this wood is really, really hard, number one, and in some cases it like breaks away and is kind of brittle. So I was scared. I was scared about screwing these little feet in. And these are the little black feet I'm going to use, because we have to think about the cord that's going to be coming out of here. But yeah, Josh, electric litter, see? That's the the routed out bit from the old clock box, right? The clock box. 22 watts and 14 likes. Double hit that. Give the algorithm hamster its freaking yogurt drop, you guys. Come on. Well, actually, no. The yogurt drop he gets when you subscribe to the channel. But if you hit like on this stream, the algorithm hamster, there's all these pipes, and he sits in this really dank little dark corner, and he's just huge. He's just this huge hamster that is just, it just never stops. He's always hungry, and he's really cute, but he's in a bad way. And then there's all these tubes, and on one side it's the subs, and the other side it's the likes. And as they roll in, they come spitting out, and that hamster just sits and eats them. But he never stops. He's always hungry. Okay, enough of that. I have a fresh burl that is about the same thickness. I was just wondering how long I should let it dry out. Oh, look at that! Look at you! In the background, we got Mr. Peter Blair. He was listening. He's been listening. Hello, Pete. How about a small diamond sphere? That could... I'm not sure. Like I would have to see it to double tap your screen if you're on a mobile. Let's help feed the hamster. Thank you, Grumpy. Thank you. Hope you're well, Pete. I was wondering if you were working away, listening to my jamble ramble. Okay, to be safe, guys, I have to get a board. It's just outside here. I found this board on the beach. So it's a board from the beach, okay? Beach boards. But I put it over the holes. But yeah, whoa. See this board? I found it on the beach and it has all of these marks. Those are all knife marks. Because you know what I figured out? That this board was for gutting fish on some boat or something. Figured it out. Wow, we did. And there's like grooves, you can feel it. And then on the underneath, you can even kind of tell where his legs were. Because somebody sat and used that board for so much. And it doesn't stink or nothing. I just found it on the beach. Once it dried out, it was good to go. Anyways, geez, wowie. I put that board there to cover the holes so that when I'm wood burning, nothing goes and falls through and into the carving box. Because wouldn't that be a right mess? Okay, guys, and for me personally, and I love to support this company, they don't know who I am. I never really tag anything or do any hashtags, so they really literally don't know who I am, and have never heard of me. But it's Razor Tip. Razor Tip SK. Now, I know this is a Canadian company, and I always say that the S, because they're from Saskatchewan, that's a province here. So I always thought that the SK stood for that, but yeah, I don't want to. This is you see that? Razor Tip SK, and there's a buffalo head, but it's backwards, sorry guys. Yeah, that's my wood burner. And then up above here, I cut up some PVC pipe to make little tiny, kind of like spot slots for all my wood carving, my wood burning pens. And they're just above the creation station, or the carving box here, just above me. So everything is like within my reach. That's the method to this madness. So, I'm going to find the right pens. And there's one here. It's like the heavy duty handpiece, but it has this on it. So what I do, it hasn't been working very good. I think it's ready to break. But I used that shape for the loops on the B for Two Brothers One Vision. So instead of trying to get in there and doing that loop around of the B, the humps of the B, which is hard to do when you're using these little wood burners, I just use that shape, the shape of that. And you just push it and kind of give it a little rock, and then the shape, you just use the shape of the burr to your benefit. So I always start off with the 2, so I will do that. This here, this cord with the red from Razor Tip is the heavy duty cord. It is good for both the heavier hand pieces and then the thinner ones. The thinner ones, you can tell that there's quite the difference in the 2. This is the heavy duty hand piece, and then this is just the regular little pens. But yeah, they come in all different sorts. Well, it's just like a regular wood burning kit that has all the different but these guys figured it out that, oh no, they do make, I do have one that's an interchangeable heads, but I don't really muck with that much. Because I have the heads that I like and I just switch them out. But that was a very, very good marketing strategy for Razor Tip to make individual pens that have the locked on tip, right? So then people gotta, well, I need that one and I need that one. Oh, I can't live without that little diddle one. You know, I got ones in here that are strange. Like I got one that's like for underneath wings. Where is that one? I'll show you guys. I've never used it. Yeah, this one here, the F12S. It'll be backwards for you guys, but you see the look at that little thing. That would get up behind your feather there, Claire. But it's a wood burner, but yeah, look at that one. It's weird. It's a blade. And I've never used that one. But I believe that is for like the people that make birds, right? Bird carvers. To literally get it up and underneath the feather. But that's just one that, it was one of those ones, like I just said, I can't live life without that one. And now I got it and never used it. Okay, what the heck? Okay, let's just gotta stop getting distracted. We gotta get this done. Okay, now I will start. Now I got one here. Yeah, it's the F2S. It's a thin little one, but it's rounded. So it's like a little blade, but it's rounded at the end. And that's just, I found that's good because for like, you have to do a curve with the 2 and all of these different curves, right? And I do them in little tiny increments, like I'll go bang, and then turn my hand, bang, bang, bang. You're gonna see when I do it, I'll zoom in even more. But I'm not the best with wood burning. I could probably do things easier if I didn't, like Spike told me, if I had the little tiny ball, then you can use that little tiny ball like a pencil, and then, you know, draw it on there. So, because you're going to see how the way I do it is kind of awkward. Okay, I'll put these in their things so it's a little bit less chaotic here, but okay, this is the ball. Okay. And we'll zoom in, and then you can kind of see this. We're not right over top, so you can't see it perfectly, but you'll see kind of how I do it. First one plugged in. This little one won't need as much. We'll put it to about an 8.5. Okay. Let's just see if I can get you guys with a little bit closer look at this. Excuse the, don't get car sick. Sorry, Katie, if you ever watch this. Oh yeah, guess what, folks? This weekend, Wowwy'z home alone. Katie's leaving me. She's going to Toronto. The System of the Down concert. So, oh, there is So. Hello, So. Merci. I mean, bonjour, mon ami. Oh, Claire says I was thinking of burning under there too. Yes. Yes, please hit the like. Thank you, So. That always helps. Thank you for coming, sister. Thank you for the challenge. Oh, do you got to go, Electric Whittler? Thank you, brother. Thanks for coming, man. Much love. We'll be talking real soon once I get my hands on that box, buddy. Not really a spoon, is more shaped like an actual spoon. We use it for shading. You go real slow and low and over. I have this one. Is this one, Pete? Like that. Little spoony one for shading. Again, I'm not really, I'm not good with them. I got to do more. I've never done just a whole, like a full, like pyrography piece. I just use it here and there when it, works. But I've never done like a full out, like how, people will do. Mark Tries the Carve, I think, does some. Electric Whittler does some, like full pictures. Spike is an amazing wood burner. Pete's really, really good too. Pete does really, really intricate stuff, like little feathers and things I've seen him do. So many amazing creators in this tribe. All right, so is that good in close up? Yes, that one would work for Claire. Gotcha. System of the Down is a good show. Is it from Trees of These? Yeah, Claire, with the wife, it's sad that I can't do these things. Like I can, but it's so much harder on me. Especially the travel and then the walking and the standing and the lines. Like, that's all agony to me, right? So I don't do it. And I know that if I went along, I'd just be a pain in the ass for her. So, she's done a couple concerts with her sister and like Colleen and Leonard, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. And they went to Paris and did Rammstein there. And, Katie will go and just have a little vacation and have a little, she loves music, she loves concerts. So I'm all for it. I support her. I hold the fort. I watch the animals, Katie has a really, really stressful job, and she deserves to go and have a really great time. I love you, Katie. Spooky doobie. Okay, so watch. I'm going to start with this 2. Wow, that got caught fast. I'll just sort of show you what I do here. Let's do it to it. Oh, that's how you're going to be. This is hardwood. Okay. So I do it a little bit and I turn it. I do it a little bit and I turn it. Do a little bit and I turn it. And I'm just really methodical and slow, I know. But this way, I'm in control. And if you just try and go for it and then make those turns, especially with a hardwood like this, it'll slide off and you'll end up making it look I want things to be really, really precise and crisp, and for it to look like it's all been, well, it has been methodically all planned out because I'm a bit nuts, but so yeah, like it'll do a long line like we just did there. I shouldn't have stopped it halfway, but I've gotten good at going right back in. So there, a nice smooth and calm 2. And then what I do is I'll go and do the 1 while I'm got this pen on, right? Nice and slow. Low and slow. That is the tempo. Especially when you're doing with a freaking hard burl like this, man. I don't know what wood this is, but yeah, you see that little cinder thing that just popped off there? You don't want that going in your carving box, let me tell you. I shouldn't, yeah, I'm being stupid having the fan blow right at us too. Jeez, wow. Okay. Do the little whoopie whoop thing on the 1. So the one is done. On these two, these razor tip ones, you got to be careful because if they get too hot and you are like cranking on them, doing like turns or whatever, like I was just doing, they'll just bend. And then like each one of these pens are like 20 bucks, 25 bucks, so right there. I should have just kept that one nice long line, but I stopped and now I'm paying for it. Okay, there's the two. Now, well, I'll show you what I do here. Now, I'm just hoping, unplug it and put it in a little spot here so it can cool off. Actually, this side is for the... Oh, I just got a weird freaking pain shooting my neck from bending down and looking that way. My goodness. Falling apart. Okay, now, I'm going to show you how I do this B. Now, you work with me here. I'm going to crank it to 11. Make sure this is nice and hot enough. I'm just going to have my little test block here because last time, I don't know what's going on with it, but it took a long time before it was... Okay, well it is getting hot, but like I said, I thought it would get hotter faster. I kind of feel like maybe it's... I don't know. Let's just hope she's going to work for us guys. Okay. See that? Thank you, pen. You rock her back. And then you got the humps of a bee that you can be proud of. And you switch them out and put it back to that little rounded flat one that I like. Set her down back to the 8.5 that she was, and now we just finish off that little bead. My goodness, I don't know if you guys heard that, but they're making bad sounds in behind my house today. Whoa, go up there. And then we nice and slow. That is the tempo. I like the way that looks. I like the way that looks. I'm kind of pissed at myself for what I did with the... Just don't even do it. Well, we don't. Just leave it. Well... No, I'm gonna leave it before I do. Before I go in and then you gotta listen to the whisper of your soul, guys. If it says no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You don't do that. Don't do that. Alright, I'll go to a bit of a 9.5, maybe a 9.2 for this little ball. We'll go 9.5. Make sure she's warm with my little test block. No, we're going to 10. Oh, yeah, I see it. Now she's good to go. So now I do the two dots on either side of the 2B, 1B. Make your mark. And I'm happy with that. Okay. So, as that one cools off, we put it there. This one here, they cool off really, really quick. See, I can already touch that one. Well, maybe that wasn't the smartest thing to do because I'm a little bit tolerant to pain, but the big one is ready to go back into its sheath. And it's time to put those away. So that worked pretty much painlessly. That's still a little bit hot. Okay. Well, those two are, that's a lot bit hot. Well, those two are doing their thing there. But yeah, I know it's backwards, guys, but you see, 2B1V. Signed, check. Okay, so I will unplug this quickly. Wrap her up. Where did I put that cord here? There it is. Can't lose that thing. Holy smokes! She is warm when I don't have the fan on me. My God, what am I doing? My goodness, I should say. Okay, take these off. I can cool off there. Yeah, and then I always try and. You don't want to mess with. Don't let your cords get all screwed up and. Don't be good to your stuff. So I do this weird little thing there. I don't know if you guys can see or no, you can't. Sorry. But I do this weird little thing where I wrap it around the side, then I pull her through, and then I clip it in its little thing there, like that. Everything is nice and Kentucky. Okay. Next, I will get you guys. Oh, sorry. I'll get you guys out of the super close up there. Oh man. Nope. Now I'm dropping stuff. Yeah, they're good enough to put back in their things. Oh, moving right along, folks. We are moving right along. Now we are going to screw in the feet. Okay, so yes, I got these little rubber feet off the good old Amazon. Oh. And like I was rambling and jambling in the beginning, I drilled pilot holes, so I'm sketched out. And another thing, when you're doing projects like this, the type of screws you use are really, really important. And that was part of the reason why I was sketched out about this, is because the screws I wanted were too long, okay? And if you don't use good hardware and a good screw, things that are gonna strip, like these are from some set that are like, you know, when you get those anchors for drywall, and it's a plastic sheathy thing that you pop in the drywall. These came out of one of those sets. So it's not from like the proper wood screws that I buy from the, you know, the hardware store that are right. You never know when these ones, you get these ones in these like, you know, drywall dealies, and they can just be really, really cheap and strip, and you don't need that. So what I'm thinking, like, I might just put a little bit of glue as well, because I don't want these things to ever come off. So yeah, I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to do it. I'll do that in this weird little, right there. Bam. Okay. Now I'm going to go, bam. I see the hole right there. Okay. I'm going to put that in there. Whoa. Now I got glue on my hands. Okay. Let's see if this is going to work. into its pilot hole, into its forever home. No, that's cinched up nice, right, and tight. Okay, so I'll take a little Q-tip there, pick up the excess glue that's squeezed out, something crazy like that, and I'll even wipe it off a bit there. But we're to the point now, folks, that this is underneath the frickin' thing. I don't need to get too crazy, but I'm just showing you how I go about these projects. These are all the things that I do. And maybe it's not. Maybe I didn't need to put glue on it, but I did it. And I like showing you guys every single step. Okay, make my little light there. I think that's the hole. Okay, get it in its pilot hole and go to your forever home. Q-tip, Q-tip. We got to clean up my wing base. Okay, there's two. Yeah, those ain't going nowhere. Where are you going? Nowhere. Can't remember what movie that was off, but it was funny. Okay, so I got one here, I got one here, and then I got one up here. One lonely one up there. So we'll just keep going. I hope you guys are still watching. Okay, get my screw ready. Okay, I see it. I see the hole right over top where we need to be. Put in the screw. Give it the one little finger doobie. And here we go. Into your forever. Whoa. You get in there. Ugh. Oosh. Woo! Oh yeah. So guess who I got to go and see you guys on the weekend? Oh, you got to go, Amanda? Good night. Hey, Woodsyke is here. Woodchucker is here. Caleb's here. Hello. Go, good night, Tons. Thanks for coming, man. I'm sorry. Hello, Woodsyke. How you doing, brother? Thank you for coming. Amanda has to go. Thank you, Amanda. I can't wait to see your watcher. Thank you for coming, Paul. And Woodchucker is here. I was thinking about going live, turning logs into camping chairs. What do you think, buddy? I think that would be amazing, dude. I am all for that. Thank you for coming. One more of the mod squad. Okay, that Q-tip is really effed up, so we'll just get rid of that. Wipe off. You know, when this is all said and done, I guarantee I'll be coming over here and I'll be sanding off that excess glue. Even though you can't tell, because I'm weird like that. Okay, so there's three. We got two more. Oh man. Yeah, we don't want to get that stuff on my new phone screen. Yeah, that would be really, really cool, Woodchucker. Yeah, okay, sorry. My weekend. Tell us what essence of your burl is. I don't know. I do not know. But it is hard, man. I saw your video, of your new burl. Congratulations. I hope you can get rid of those little critters that are in it. But yes, guys, I got to go see Ryan and Uncle Kevin carves. And it was really, really cool. I gave them each a carving. And, which really surprised them. I don't know if that's happened very often for them. And so that was neat. And I didn't get, Katie didn't take pictures, but she got video. And I'm going to make a weird little video where it's like, you know, that cool feeling when you get to meet your mentors and give them something, you know, and say, hey, you know, thank you for your teachings. There are people out here that, you know, we learn from you and we benefit from you. And both Ryan and Kevin were really, you know, just, they were stoked about that. It was neat. And so I won't see which ones I gave them until I make my little video. And then, in turn, they wanted to give them to me, but I insisted that I had to pay. I'll show you when we go to spray this. I'll show you the carvings I got from them. They're just little ones. And Uncle Kevin would only take $20 for his. Ryan took $40 for his tree. Ryan's more of the, you know, he's all about the sales, man. He's out there. But they did really, really cool. They sold their whole, like they come out with a bunch of, you know, carvings that they're ready to sell. Like they got, you know, like the top tier, and then they go down. And when I came, it was their last day. And it was their last day, and all of the top tier carvings were gone. There. Where are you going? Nowhere. And so I got the little one. I got a little wood spirit from Uncle Kevin Cars and a little tree. And I'll show you guys because they're just outside. When we go out to spray Rust-Oleum. It was really neat though, man. They're really good guys. And it's just neat when you can meet somebody that you look up to and you know, literally their teachings for so many of us, right? For all of us who follow those guys. Their teachings can mean like, you know, learning to carve and how to carve a wood spirit and like these things, you know, things I've learned from the channels and the friends we've made. It can change your life. Learning to do something can literally change your life. So I have the utmost respect for the people that share their shine for others. And yeah, it was really, really cool. Katie was impressed. I was impressed. It was one of those days where it's like, because I got, you know, I had the idea and I was looking at in the Hall of Creations, I was looking at all my carvings and stuff. And I was just like, well, yeah, you know, I can keep these forever. And the one piece that I gave Ryan actually went to a gallery and it came back. And I knew that it was priced too high in the gallery. So when it came back to me, it was one of those things, I wasn't sad about it. I just felt, Jesus. I just felt like it had a greater purpose. But, you know, it's a really nice carving. The lady priced it at like $6. And so it's a 50-50 at that gallery. And so I would have got 3 and she would have got 3. And believe me, we did sell quite a few carvings out of Maddox Gallery. And for surprisingly good money. You know, I did really well for the ones that we sold. But after so long, if you don't make a sale in this gallery, after 6 months and there's no sale, then they move you on, right? So right at the beginning, I did really, really good. Sold a bunch, and then we had stragglers, and then I ended up, they had to put somebody else in my place, and I went and got my last ones. And so yeah, what I'm trying to say is that the piece I got back, I gave to Ryan, and I think that is more impactful. Oh, look at that. Woohoo! Bing, 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 bing. She is and sturdy, but my point is that it meant more this way than it would have just getting $300, buying a tool, gone, never to be seen again, right? This was more impactful. This is what I'm trying to say. Oh man. Okay, good night. See you, Matthew. Thank you for coming. Sorry, I'm just working. I want to get this stuff done, you guys. Reminder, 3 feet will always be as flat as 4. A lot more tricky. What are you making, buddy? Nope, just what Larry was doing. Oh, okay. 3 feet will always sit flat, while 4 or more are more likely or more tricky. Not to be critical, but if you use feet three equally spaced. Oh, I hear ya. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it worked. It worked in this spot. I actually, Pete, what I did was, see, so we got 5 total. Kind of did it like the bottom of a big kind of Bigfoot is what I was thinking, like a big foot. So we got 5. And I'm one of those people that I try and do everything with everything in art is odd numbers. I don't like even numbers in art. So yeah, there, the feet are on. It is signed. We are sanded. So now it's time to give it the first hit of Rust-Oleum, guys. What do you think? Thank you, Pete. Look at the top of that wood. That is cool, right on. Thank you. Have a good night, Sean. Sorry. All right, I got to go finish my work and go sit down and rest when I get through it. Have a great night, Sean. Thank you for coming and watching, brother. Already, we're almost an hour and a half, guys. I didn't know if I could make that in that heat. So let's, thank you, Suzanne. Thank you very much, sister. Let me just have a little break here and we'll talk a little bit with you guys. I'm still here. I'm still kicking. Okay. Well, that's weird. Maybe I had I don't know how to sit last time. Seemed to be farther back, but who knows what I did. Okay, that's where it is. Whoo! My goodness, guys. Goodness gracious. Let me get a little fanage up me on my old tum-tum. Get it to blow right up there. Whew. Lords of Gastown, guys. I am not a biker, but let me tell you, I stumbled across this stuff. These jerseys, they breathe in the heat. The sawdust doesn't stick to them. It's really, really trippy. But if I was in cotton right now, I'd be dripping. All the sawdust would be stuck to me. I would be having a panic attack. So that's why I've been wearing these. This is going to be like my new, my summer get-up, because I sweat. I'm 275, 6'2". Well, I'm about 6'1" and a quarter now because my injury, I shrunk. But yeah, I'm a big boy. I'm a heavyweight. 275. Don't do well in a hot little shed. Good night, Sophie. You have to go. Good evening to all, and to you, Larry and Kitty. Well, thank you. Let me give you some hearts there, sister. Sure do appreciate you. Bonne nuit. Bonne nuit. So that means good night. See, I learned. Yeah, I am dealing with a lot of heat in here. Woodchucker. But we do it to it. And we do it for the art and for you folks. So I love having you here. And for me, this is my therapy. Wednesdays are my day when I feel like all of my friends are coming over to hang out. And it means a lot to me, this show and this art. And the heat slows you down. I can't do as many carvings as I want. Yeah, I hear you, Woodchucker. 90 here, 91 there. My goodness, Grumpy. Excuse me. Yes, good night, Sophie. Bonne nuit. So, bonne nuit. Yeah, it's weird, like, you don't say the T, Larry, more like nuit. Oh, okay. Bonne nuit. Bonne nuit, Sophie. Bonne nuit. Like that. I love the French language. I think it's so cool sounding. Perfect. Thank you. Here, here's what's from Claire, for my French ladies, Claire, Bear, and So. Woo! So where are we at? 328. Right on. So, if you guys are still cool, I got what? A couple people still watching. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys. Gonna take you outside, show you the carvings I got from Uncle Kevin and Ryan. It's 4:20 in the shade here. Hey, Lawrence is here. Hello, Lawrence. Hello, Larry, I should say. It's Larry to friends and fam, Lawrence told me. So Larry is here. Aldridge, Larry Aldridge. Welcome back, sir. Thank you. How hot is it here? We're at 27 today, and they said it feels like 31 Celsius. I'm up in Canada. I live on Vancouver Island, British Columbia, just outside a city called Victoria. Victoria is the capital of British Columbia. A beautiful, beautiful city. Hey, Pete. Oh, okay. Sorry. You guys are saying hi to Larry Aldridge. Now I understand. Ugh. Everybody's still saying hi. Hello, Suzanne, says Paul. That's great that you're here, Paul. I really appreciate it, brother. So yeah, I'll drag you guys too many Larrys. Yeah. Well, I'm Wowie. Just call me Wowie. That makes it easier. Larry can be Larry. I'll be Wowie. 108. Oh my goodness. That is hot. 108 in Arizona. So I don't know what, I don't know what 31 Celsius is, but it ain't 108. You guys are troopers, man. My goodness. Yeah, that's cool that you guys are all here. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you folks like you wouldn't believe. Okay, so we'll go. I'll take you guys outside, and we will give it a hit of the mat. Rust-Oleum. Okay, just one sec. Forgive me for this. All right, first, Uncle Kevin carves. So 31 is about 88 degrees there. Well, geez. So 31 is 88. Okay. So yes. So you guys are 10. 88. So you're like 20? What did you say you were? 108? My goodness. So this is an Uncle Kevin carves. Wood spirit. It's a good old piece of hunk of driftwood, and he lives up island, so this is West Coast driftwood. Yes, 180 says. My goodness. So that's the one I got from Uncle Kevin. And then this one here, and Ryan said he wanted me to get something better, but they were sold out by the time I got there. So this is my Ryan Cook tree. And he signed it. Our Cook. It'll be backwards for you folks, but he signed it. And that's really, really cool. It's neat, eh? Chainsaw. You can even smell like the chainsaw grease and stuff on it. Those boys, when you walk up to the tent, because it was at the Saanich Fair, and so when you walk up to their little tent, it was just, you could just smell it, man. It's like a really cool thing when you hang out with the chainsaw carvers. And I'm trying. I can do a bigger piece in a long time, bit by bit. But yes, really cool. I love Uncle Kevin's. He does his face is long, and then his mouth is always a little bit offset, and it just gives it a neat Yes, Uncle Kevin's dragons are amazing. But it just, they have a neat face. And when you see that face, you know it's an Uncle Kevin cars. You just know it. Oh, alrighty. Let's, I'll bring you back further so you can see the monstrosity that is the new complex going in behind us. Very, very loud. Very loud. And I'll be happy when that's all done, to say the least. Okay, so maybe here, a little bit better. But we have a beautiful little backyard. So what we're gonna do is along the back here, there are these like, it's like it looks like a horse trough for water, but you can buy them and grow plants and stuff in them, right? But they're long metal hard, like strong metal troughs. And we're gonna buy 2 of them, 2 of the long ones, and then we're gonna have bamboo in them, tall bamboo, right? So we make a wall, a green wall right back here. And then only, basically, because my mom has some bamboo in her yard of the stuff that we intend to use, and it grows up to about, I don't know, 14 feet high or whatever. So it's gonna, it'll block out most of that level, but the very, very top level will probably be able to see us. But I don't care. You know, what are they gonna see? Want to see me in my underwear using the hot tub? Go ahead, get your binoculars out. Okay, so yeah, set you up right there so I don't get Rust-Oleum on my new phone. Here we got our base. It's all about the base. And I'll be good. I'll put on my face mask, so just give me a moment. Hey, if they want to see, well, we do a little skinny dipping, I'll give them a show. I don't mind. That's from all my years bartending. You want to see a show? I'll give you a show. I don't care. But yeah, this stuff here, you really, really gotta. It's Rust-Oleum, really, really good stuff. But the longer you shake it, the better it's gonna perform. And it's smart to use your PPE if you got it, right? Oh, you gotta go, Sue? Good night. Thank you, sister, for coming. I know it's been long here. Oh, she's having supper. Bon appetit. Bon appetit, Sue. Give the husband my fist bumps. And thank you for coming. Okay. Well, I'll put my face mask on, but I'll just keep shaking a little bit longer here. Ooh, she's warm. There we go. All right. Phew. That'll be enough for the first. Let's see. It's got a little bit of a wet look as it dries, but you see it's, you know, that natural wet look, you know, kind of, you know, the wet that nature has, but not a gloss, I guess is my point. So, this will take, I'm going to give it at least two good coats. Wow. Don't take long. So I'll do the first 2 coats there and then let it dry. And I can work on a washer, or if everybody has had enough, we can call it a night and let these things dry. But I'll leave that up to you guys. How are we doing? You're still here, but you gotta go make some rice. We're good to go. I'm not going anywhere. Are you guys sure? I'll keep going. I'll bring you back inside. I'll get you set. We'll do a little work on a washer while this stuff dries. Ooh, there's that fan. My goodness. Yeah, because just looking in the shed or looking in the yard, and it ain't the funnest thing to see. But I wanted you guys to see as I hit it the first time there, because we're getting there, man. This is all like, this is important. We've been working a long time to get here. There's a hot tub. Yes. Oh, you gotta go. Okay. Thank you for coming, sister. Thank you so much. I know that you can't come very often when the family's there and the hubby's there, and I sure appreciate your support. Bonne nuit. Mon ami. Bonne nuit. How is that? Let me give you some hearts there, sister. Yes. Okay. So, moving right along. You know, just having you guys hang out with me and do this sure means a lot to old Wowie. The 2 brothers, 1 vision. I really appreciate you guys hanging in there for us. I'm just gonna do a little a little cleanup there before we get into bang off a washer. Ooh, that is full of glue. Let's get rid of that. I do not want that on my phone. I actually should. I should go. If you guys are okay with that, I'm gonna go perfect. Don't say the T. That's right. Bonne nuit. Oui. Bonne nuit. Perfect. Good night, Claire. Thank you, sister. Thank you for staying up. And if you guys keep going, buddy, we're good. You guys are all cool. If I just go off, wash my hands really quick, and then we'll come in here and bang off a quick washer. Where is that washer? Oh. Whew. Yeah, just a little one. Okay, I will be right back. I just want to get this glue off my hands. Oh no, we're losing our viewers. Oh goodness. Who's all here? Who's still here? What do we got? 9. Well, if you guys are cool with it, I'm gonna make a car. Oh, we got From Trees to These is still here. Caleb is still here. Got a couple. It says I got 9 watching still, 21 likes. That's pretty good for a Wowwy'z landscape. Thank you, folks. Thank you very much. Oh, now we got 10 watchers. They're coming back. Okay. So, guys, the Watcher. Now, the last ones, I cut these top spots off. I kind of draw them out, kind of like Just Carve Rob styles. Make lines up top here, and then cut things in angles. You see, I got the angles drawn on there, and so those are the things. I draw it like that on top, and then I draw the angles around it, and then I usually do that with my Japanese saw, and I just put this in my Jawhorse, so it's good and tight, and then I just use my Japanese saw because I want things to be like really, I don't know, I'm just weird. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to see if I can do the whole thing with just Kutzall. So I'm going to take these corners off with my extreme flame. And you got to be careful when you do this, because when you're doing corners and stuff and going around the top, that burr can take off on you and go around, and you don't want that running up your hand or into your shirt. It ain't nice. So I'm going to do that. And then also, on either side here, you see where I'm drawing this black right here, on either side of the hood, I take out a little indent on each side there, okay? And then on the back, and I'll just draw it, of where the neck would be of the Watcher. You kind of figure that out. And so I take that out too. Sometimes I've been known to even take a little bit out on the back of the leg, but this isn't a big piece of wood, so we'll start with that. And I'm just going to draw it in and scribble on it. And all the spots that we got to take away. Okay? And now this is going to, I hope if anybody that's just starting off, if you ever watch this, I just want you to see that, you know, once you break it into these little steps, a Watcher, it doesn't have to be a daunting, scary thing. The beginner, all of the beginners can carve Watchers. Okay? So, I'm going to go in with the Kutzall Extreme. I'm going to take off and start doing the top of its head there. And then we'll talk about these next spots. Do I even, yeah, well, I'll put my PPE on. But I'll see if I can do it without the suction box, so I can kind of talk to you guys while I'm doing it. It's just more cleanup later, but I like to talk while I'm doing it. Okay. So first, with the Kutzall Extreme Flame. Uh-oh. Oh no. Ah, there it is. Woo! Okay. Now let's do this Watcher's hood. one corner. Sorry. Okay. So there you are with just the ones I just talked about. Done with the Kutzall Flame Extreme. So now we have the hood. The hood started. I do a lot of sanding and stuff and shaping yet, but the hood, that's just the main one started. Okay? Next, I'm going to switch to the Kutzall Taper Extreme, and I'm going to cut in these two front sections. Where is that? If I can find it. Oh, there it is. It was hiding behind the Peter Blair mandrel there. Whoa. Okay. So this is the Kutzall Extreme Taper. Throw that on. Quickly. And watch this, it goes really, really quick for this part. Okay. Whew. So now you see the main cuts that I've done just with those two burrs. Cool, eh? So now our watcher is already started. And now on the bottom here, why I leave this toe, it has a nice look to it, number one, but number two, it keeps the whole thing more stable by leaving that corner on there. Okay, now, a little bit of my Pete Blair sanding machine. Already. Now, where are you, little ball? If I can find it, I'm going to use my new Kutzall fine detail burr. It's a little ball. Where the heck is that? I don't know. I'll have to find that. So, I'll use my Kutzall ball, but it's just not as small as I wanted to go. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Better find that burr. It's gonna bug me. Okay. a roll. Okay, a little bit of this. Oh. Okay, just 1 second, guys, because whoa, the glasses got foggy. When the glasses get foggy, I gotta take a break. Woo! My goodness. Alrighty. So, with those, just a few simple steps there that I showed you guys, and that's 3 Kutzall burrs we've used to get her to this point. Pretty neat, eh? And not very hard at all. That's why I'm very confident in this challenge that everybody, beginners to pros, will be able to do this. How's that looking, you guys? Oh, RCP is here. How you doing there, Robert? How's the toe, buddy? Thank you for popping in. Thank you, Matt. You're still here. Thank you, sir. Pretty basic, eh? You doing good? That's awesome, RC Peters. I'm glad you're healing up good. But yes, just a couple simple steps there, and you already, we're already, I would say, halfway done a watcher. But with this one, I've been really like Shosugi banding them. And it's kind of like these watchers have been chatting with Robert. Okay, cool. But these watchers, they're like, you know, demon fighters. They've been to hell and back and survived, and they're here to help mankind, right? So I'm really digging doing the Shosugi band on the outside. So I'll probably do that with this. So I'm not going to go crazy trying to sand everything super nice. What we're doing here is just basically getting those features cut in, right? And please, folks, hit the like. Give the algorithm hamster a little taste of that sweet. How much detail can you put into and still call it a watcher? As much as you want, Matt. As much as you want. If you want to give it like a content little face, you know. I was thinking like a person could even, you could give it skull features and call it a death watcher. But that's not really something. I guess his gift for man could be taking you to the other side. I don't know. But the whole reason why I do that featureless thing is just because it's just part of my deal. That the original story said that they were, you know, just these powerful entities, you know, with no face, with no face, just faces of fire, right? And I just always had that in my mind. So that's just how I like to do them. But sir, your watcher is your watcher, and you can make it. And I know you're gonna make something so freaking cool, man. I'm getting like chills just thinking about what you guys are going to make. I literally do. Like, this is going to be so freaking awesome when I get to see what you guys have thought of and brought forward into this world. Because this is magic. What we're doing here, you guys, this is freaking magic. We're bringing light into this world. Much needed light, I must say. I'm just looking for that burr now. That is going to bug me. It's one of my new burrs from the fine detail kit, and I don't know what I did. Well, there's another burr in the old fine detail kit. That is this little tiny flame. It's like a tiny flame burr with the fine flavor. So I'm going to use that just to go in here and define the lines here between the head and the hood. And just get in there a little bit. I could also do that, you know, I should use, before I do that with the Kutzall, I use the little Carbide cutters a lot, right? And they're in my Amazon list. So I'm going to do that for this next step. I'm going to use a little Carbide cutter. That's probably a 9905 Dremel. And I'll just use that just around the head there, so I can get in there a little bit better. And you can see where the hood meets the head or whatever. I don't know how you call it, but I'll show you. I might not even have to put all the PPE here yet. Okay, let's just do this. Okay. Enough of that one. Now, I am going to go to that little tiny. Just had to throw in the old Dremel burr in there, so just in case anybody's watching, you want to get yourself a Dremel burr, use the Amazon links down below in the basement, and you get a little discount too. Okay, so I'm going to use that Kutzall tiny flame and just define that a little bit more in here. That's a good, I like that. That's a good one. And then round the face a bit. I'm going to soften that chin a bit. a little bit more. Whoa. Alrighty. Phew. Didn't even have my eyeglasses on there that time. That's not a dumb thing to do there, Wowie. Okay, so now you guys, as I just work it in there around, just defining, getting that it rounder and rounder. The rounder you can get it, the cooler it looks, I think. You know? And then in these spots in here, like you see underneath here, you get in there nice and soft, and once you get in there and really get a little divot established, that's when the little shadow play begins, right? And it's going to happen under here, and then I like to get it in a little bit in here too. Now that shadow play is like the carver's secret weapon, and that's when things start to really have a powerful feel. Hey, Just Carve Rob is in the house. How you doing? Oh, does Woodchucker gotta go? Thank you. Thank you for coming, man. A watcher of the soul, says Mark. That is really cool, sir. Yep, you can make it your own. Thank you for coming, Just Carve Rob. At the end again. I'm pretty good, sir. I'm pretty good. Just whipping off a watcher while we let the base. And hey, speaking of, ooh, we got to give it one more coat. So come along with me into a Wowwy'z yard. And there it is. Bing's base. So yeah, guys, you see the first coat, it sucked it in fast. It's already all totally dry. So we'll hit it one more time. I have a question. Aren't most carvings folk art? Just curious. I would say so. To a degree. Jordy was talking about that on his live earlier, and he said he wanted to know what the definition of folk art is. But I think that folk art is primitive art made with the very basics of materials. And like he said, like art that people could do from the homestead with just a little bit of paint or whatever they had at their disposal, right? I think that's where the origins of folk art came to be, but I don't know. This is my guess as an artist, right? But there's when people make art that it's classified folk art, there's just a magic to it. Like I like that simpleness to things, and it's another reason why I love this whole watcher concept so much. That you know, like once you know kind of the steps to do it. Sorry. Once you get like, you know, the steps to do it, like I just showed you guys, even a beginner can bang off a watcher. It isn't that hard. And whittling too, you can whittle one. You can whittle one, you can chainsaw carve, whatever you want. It's your watcher. Okay. A little bit closer there for you guys. We'll just hit this one more time since we're already set up, right? All right. I'm not sure if we're going to do a third But 2 coats are done, and we are 1 step closer, guys. So what all we have to do left for the base is glue in the crystals, and then use the static grass to blend it in, cover up the glue and the holes from where the crystals go in, like we did on the top of Bing, and then we're going to be attaching it, gluing Bing to the base and wiring it because it's a lamp, and then we're going to be done, Bing, you guys. Except there's one more step on Bing's face. I'm not going to say exactly what we're doing. The wife is helping me, but the final little step on Bing's face, Katie's going to help me. And she probably won't, if she doesn't do it tonight, she won't do it until she gets back from her concert. So I'm keeping Bing kind of secret until we get there, because it's just going to be so neat. I know it's going to work. With Katie's help. So I wasn't like how, I'm just going to say this, I wasn't liking how Bing's mouth was. And Katie's going to help me, the inside of her mouth. Because it's a burl. And burls are a mystery. You never know what you're going to find when you start carving into a frickin' burl, man. And in Bing's mouth, it happens to be really, really crumbly and hard. And a lot of Bing is actually hollow, which is why I couldn't take, because I was originally going to take a whole bunch of Bing's body down, because she looks like this little lumpy stump, right? But once I started doing that and getting into her, I found out that she's got big, huge open cavities in her. So I had to be all brakes, full-on brakes stop, a full-on all stop, and a reassess. Reassess your idea, wowie. So yeah, sorry, you guys know what I'm like with my sanding. This is nothing. By the time I'm done a piece, man, I put more time sanding than I do in carving. Just to say that. But what I like to do with my watchers is when I start carving in there and getting those little spots in there for the shadow play, I like it to have this kind of edge. And you see it goes up here, and like after I carve it flat. I kind of take the edge off it, and then I sand. And in the end, it just has this uniform look. You see, I just like those rounded edges on my watcher. And then for you guys that know, the watcher, that's the main, sorry Matt if you're still watching, I guess the only main rule and thing that I care about is that the watcher has some type of, is holding some form of light, whether it be, you know, a crystal, or if those that are going to try and make a lamp and really blow Wowwy'z mind. But that's the main thing, is that your watcher has a gift for man, because they're protectors and they're sentinels, okay? But yeah, as you guys just saw, see my watcher, like after I show Suki Ban it and stuff and finish, like that watcher is almost done. If you want to, like, you know, keep it really, really basic and want to buy the time. And it didn't take us very, very long, did it? A couple different Kutzall Burrs, and we are well on our way to having a watcher. So the fact that you guys are getting 3 months, well, I don't think there should be many many excuses. You get that green go out there, watcher's done, boy. You hear me? All right. Let me just see quickly here. 4:20. It is 4:20, folks. Well, what a good time to say, wow, that was quite the show. No, that wasn't good. I'll put you like this. Okay, we got 2 coats. The base, the feet are on the base. It is wood burnt signature, 2 coats. Now all we have to do are the crystals and the little bit of static grass that are going on the base. And then we're gluing Bing down, drilling the holes. Well, actually drill the holes through first, line it all up, glue her down, and then we can wire her, and it'll be the grand finale. My goodness. Oh, the cows got out, Larry. That's not good. Just finished carving a cowboy. Did you just carve, Rob? Did you make a video? Hey, Grumpy, Chucker, pretty good, Rob. Everybody's just saying hello there. I'm just going back and reading so I can catch up, guys. Moo. Finders keepers for that free steak. Grumpy, people laughing, gotta go. You gotta go, R.C. Peters. Good night, sir. Take care of the toe. Thank you, Matt. Thank you very much for coming, brother. You know how much it means to me. And I support you too, sir. Big time. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Grumpy, for being the #1 again, sir. It means a lot to Wowie. Big time. It means a lot. But I think that was a pretty good show, you guys. We got a big jump on the base and banged off a little watcher. Not too bad. Not too shabby for a hot day in the creation station, folks. So with that, folks, no, it was a prototype. The next one will be for film. Oh, okay, just got you. Just carved, Rob. Just a banged off little prototype. A little cow. I can't wait to see it. I learned so much from your channel, man. You're an amazing creator, Rob. We all really benefit from having you here on YouTube and sharing your vast knowledge. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, I don't know. Jordy went on, he's painted his owl, and then he got on some mission, and he's going to go and get Mod Podge, and he's gone. I hope he's had a good day. I know his hip is really hurting him. But thank you, everybody, for coming. My wife went to the dentist, and she said she'd be home around 4-ish, so I think she's in there. And yeah, she's had a bad tooth that's messing with her migraines, and then she's got to go away tomorrow on a plane. So yeah, I want to make sure that she's okay and everything, guys. So with that, this has been WIP Wednesdays. Wowwy'z Workshop. Thank you, everybody, for coming today. I'll be here next Wednesday. Darn tootin' I will be. Much love, everybody. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, or at least I gave you a smile. Much love, everybody. Thank you. Have a good night, Rob. Grumpy from Trees to These. Later, Rob. Thank you, Matt. Matt Carves. It means a lot to me, brother. I'll be watching that interview with Dalen. So I really want to pick your brain and find out more about you, sir. You stay safe too, Grumpy. Stay cool, brother, and thank you. Thank you again. Being the #1, man. We really appreciate you. Much love to everybody out there. And with that, oh, Mark, I gotta go make my daughter some lunch. Thanks for another awesome live, Larry. Hey, give your daughter a hug. She's a sweetheart, and I've been thinking about it. I'll be sending something your guys' way one day. Something special for her, Mark. Okay. Have a great night. Okay, guys. With that, Larry out. Wowie out. Jesus, what am I talking about? Later.